ومن أسماء الله تبارك وتعالى وصفاته المبين. يومئذ يوفيهم الله دينهم الحق ويعلمون أن الله هو الحق المبين. One of the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala according to the Quran is Al-Mubin. He is Al-Mubin, the one who makes things clear, the one to clarify things, the one to make things manifest. And we will touch on that in a few minutes, inshallah. But what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what is Mubin? What is the root of that, the name, the noun of that? Is it Bayan? It's from Bayan, to make something clear, to make something manifest. Afsaha, Abana, Awdaha, to make something that is not clear, to make it clear and understandable to people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it a special characteristic of the human being. When He said, Ar-Rahman, Allama al-Quran, Khalaqa al-Insana, Allamahu al-Bayan. So describing Himself being Ar-Rahman, the compassionate, created the man, and then He told the Quran He created the man, and then He Allamahu al-Bayan. He taught him al-Bayan. كأن هذا شيء مميز يميز الإنسان عن غيره. This is something distinguished, something special for the human beings. علمه البيان. That Allah told the human being al-bayan, to be able to make things clear. And that is very clear in the way of communication. Yes, animals communicate, they share love. Very tremendous thing, but nothing is like the human being. You can talk, as I'm talking right now, so I can transmit my emotions to you, my thoughts to you, my ideas to you, my afkar. But much more interestingly is, I can read a book that was written 1,000 years ago. We read the Quran over 1,000 years ago, and you can still understand it. Two people were talking more than 1,000 years ago, and it was written. And now I can just be there, I can be taken to be there. Can you think of the closest to the human being could be what? Could be the whales or the dolphins, and they communicate and they have all of these sonars, but there's no way that one dolphin could understand what another dolphin said or did 1,000 years ago. It's not possible. This is bayan. We are able as human beings to talk to one another, understand our language, in such a clear way. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who told us that. علمه البيان. And that's why the origin of all languages from Allah. وعلم آدم الأسماء كلها. It's Allah who told Adam the names of everything. That is one of the ways of al-bayan. Al-bayan also sometimes it's said في بعض الآثار al-bayan يطرد الشيطان. You need to always be clear and make yourself clear, because clarification is going to work as pushing away shaitan. How is that? In the hadith of the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, as he was leaving at night, his wife came to visit him in the masjid, he has i'tikaf, and it was time for her to leave. He was escorting her. يحرسها ويمشي معها إلى بيتها السيدة صفية فرآه صحابيان. Two of the companions, they saw the Prophet a woman fully covered, not recognized who she was, but they had to, give him a space and move. He said, على رسلكما, wait, this is Safiya, my wife. What is he making? He's making bayan. He's making it himself clear. قالوا يا رسول الله, how can you think we will dare to think something bad about you? يعني كيف يحصل ذلك؟ فقال خشيت إن الشيطان يجري من ابن آدم مجرى الدم. Indeed, shaitan is very close to the human being, just like the blood running in your vessel. وإني خشيت أن يقذف في قلوبكما شيئا, and I was afraid that it will cast something into your hearts. So he's making himself clear. We need to do that, ya ikhwani. Not only, you don't have to be an eloquent and khatib, you need to clarify yourself. Many of our problems, marital problems, husband and wife living together, sharing life, emotions, but they are not clear enough for everybody. Friends, not clear enough for everybody. You are not clear enough to everybody around you. We need to make ourselves clear, our ideas clear. What do we want? Our messages, they should be clear. That's one idea that we think about quickly. Also, when it's time that you need to clarify yourself, do not, أحيانا it's good to be silent and to behave that way, but not all the time. When it's needed that you need to clarify, you have to clarify, you have to make yourself clear, especially if you're going to be misunderstood. كذلك, we mentioned that it's a specific thing for the human being to be able to communicate in that way. The example for that is لو أن صبيا صغيرا شكته شوكة. If a little baby not able to talk yet, they're definitely able to make some little limited bayan in the way they cry, in the way they may do some movements, but they are not able, if you compare it to the full bayan of a human being, it's not there. A baby could be crying and the family is trying to figure out why he is crying or she is crying for 3-4 hours, and then end of the day they figured out that maybe a thorn or something pricks him or her. So he was not able to make bayan. Bayan is missing in there. That makes us so special, so we shouldn't withhold that when it's needed. That's why people who have knowledge, for example, this is the highest level of bayan, is to make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala clear for him. He made himself clear. He made himself clear when he said al-mubin. He is al-mubin. يريد الله ليبين لكم. Allah wants and intends to make things clear for you. والله يبين ويبين الله لكم الآيات. It's Allah who is clarifying ayat for you, making it clear. If you are thinking that the deen is confusing and all of these views, it's actually coming from us. Because Allah is making himself extremely crystal clear in many ways in his words. If we give it just some time to reflect on them, in the same way that we study our curriculums in schools, just reflect on those. And if we reflect on those, مَنْ طَلَبَ الْحَقَّ وَجَدَهُ. Whoever is seeking the truth, he should find it. The only person who can miss the truth is the person who is وَيُعْرَضْ عَنْهُ. A person who is turning away from it. There is no way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could withhold guidance, haqq, from you. We are turning ourselves away in many ways from haqq, in many ways. In hawa, for example, you are directed a certain way. Even if you're behaving like you're searching for the truth, you need a specific fatwa. That's why you are asking this list of scholars. Over 10 scholars, you're seeking something, you're not seeking fatwa. You are seeking hawa. Something that is desirable, that you want specific. You don't want the bayan from Allah, because the bayan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it very clear. One important and interesting point, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَكْتُمُونَ مَا أَنزَلْنَا مِنَ الْبَيِّنَاتِ وَالْهُدَى مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا بَيَّنَّاهُ لِلنَّاسِ فِي الْكِتَابِ أُولَٰئِكَ يَلْعَنُهُمُ اللَّهُ وَيَلْعَنُهُمُ اللَّاعِنُونَ. Indeed, those who conceal, hide what we have sent down to them of al-bayinat, the clear bayinat, clear ayat and clear things, wal-huda and guidance, they will be cursed. We all know the meaning of the ayat, clear, that if you have knowledge, do not conceal it, make it clear, share it with people, good. But one of the shades of the meaning that you will find it in some tafasir is إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَكْتُمُونَ مَا أَنزَلْنَا مِنَ الْبَيِّنَاتِ وَالْهُدَى. It could refer to al-iman, faith, your faith. It's clear nowadays that a Muslim, a believer, my iman is in my heart. I don't have to worry about anybody else. It's just me, and I'm a believer. But you're not visible as a believer. You're not behaving. You're not clear for everybody. You're not making ibana for everybody. You're not, especially in this context. You live in a society like this, but you don't look like a believer. So you're not making mubin here. You're not making ibana. You're not making yourself clear. That's kitman. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَكْتُمُونَ مَا أَنزَلْنَا مِنَ الْبَيِّنَاتِ وَالْهُدَى. You are concealing the guidance. A believer would always behave like everybody around him would recognize him as a believer. Evidence for that, Indonesia, Malaysia. Those biggest two countries, Muslim countries, they accepted Islam and got the guidance. How? Because of the merchants and traders of Muslims, the Tujjar Muslimin in Yemen, who traveled over there from Yemen, who traveled over there. What did they do? They were not even going for missionaries. They went for business, but they were applying this ayah. They did not conceal their iman. Their iman was clear in their transactions. Now we need to make our iman clear in our workplaces, in our schools, in our streets, not in such a way to intimidate others, but no, to attract others. Sahaba, they were there, their iman is there. Everybody would say, what's different about you? What's different? There's something different about you. That if you do that, this is an implementation of the ayat. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made himself clear through the ayat. He mentioned that he sent the Prophet and he said that he is mubin as well. He sent the Prophet to be clarifying. So Allah is making things clear. Sending his Prophet to make things clear. Sending the book to be al-kitab al-mubin. This is the book that's making everything clear. That's everything about the clear wahi. But then we have the other form of wahi that you see around us. Don't you see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is making himself clear through his creation? This is completely a clear picture for us. We need to take that thing that's clear and we need to make it reflect on us in a clear way. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us this level of iman and make us a true reflection of faith. Allahumma